and how confident my man sounded. So basically, this is a scammer at SneakerCon who just sold a fake pair of shoes to this white boy, right? And apparently he told the white boy, listen, you can go take them to eBay and whatnot, have them look at them and whatnot. If they tell you they fake, I give you money back, right? So first and foremost, if you're not sure whether or not the sneakers are real and they look funny to you, then why'd you buy them and why'd you walk away? But either way, you not doing business on the street, homeboy. You're at a convention, okay? Not only that, it's also one of those situations where black folks don't like be realizing how high the stakes are, right? And understanding representation, understanding that when you go somewhere and do stuff like this, you make us all look crazy, like super crazy. Cause it's like, all right, you there with a lot of different. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's the only person there doing shady stuff. I don't know, but for you to be there, right, and for you to be the big black dude there, and you in there scamming, and then when they confront you, rather than just taking the L and say, you know what, he don't want the shoes, I'll take them back. Because the thing is, like, bro, if you know that, these shoes are valuable and people want these shoes, then what you gonna do is say, all right, well, fam, listen, I give you money back. Listen, because you're at SneakerCon. There's definitely people there who want those shoes. All right, let's check it out.
And like, I'm not giving you money back. And I'm like,
all right, let's go. So you're leaving, but you're taking the money from them.
yeah. But I chose to leave.
Oh, we gotta get the money back. You're the one who's gotta go home, go to sleep at night, knowing you're scamming kids out of $1,000.
I should say gang unit. That what is gang unit?
So we got scammed. Here's what happened. We were at Dallas SneakerCon, and one of my boys bought 2 pairs of Black Cat 4s from a seller for $500 each, $1,000 total. This was around 9 a.m. So you bought a, what, 10 and a half and 12 Black Cat 4?
So yeah, and then I walked up, I'm like, well, at first.
All right, so we're gonna just jump ahead to the conversation, okay?
Came back, I don't know, but everything you do is always accurate. So once you leave, whatever he came back, I don't know, but everything you do is always accurate.
So you're saying he bought the pairs from you, swapped them out with someone else, or?
He got some pair of shoes from him. I don't know what he did with it. Whatever he did when he went over there, he checked him already. He got it.
What do you mean, like, what?
Nigga, why you wearing an apron? What you got going on that you wearing an apron? I don't like that. I just realized he was wearing an apron. I mean, that nigga, he really cut hair. That nigga really you know what? He do give me like a sketchy barber vibes. Don't he give you a sketchy barber vibe? Like, he don't cut hair that good, but he do be at the barber shop though. He been there for a while. He consistent. I mean, he be sitting down the barber chair a lot on his phone.
What would he do with the pairs? Like, what would he do with the pairs?
But anyway.
Ain't nobody called you, nigga. Ain't nobody called you.
To my understanding, what he said is like,
Yeah, I mean, his word against my word. And
I know, but the pairs are fake, yeah.
yeah, I don't sell fake.
So I mean, you put them through check checks.
Okay, he put them. I don't know what he put them.
You want to put them through eBay or?
When he said he checked them, and then he left and came back about an hour later saying something totally different.
And so you're saying he swapped the pairs?
He
Or?
actually came 5 minutes later. Again, he came, he checked, he did everything.
So you think he like swapped the pairs out the face? Or?
I don't know him. I don't know what.
I know, but okay, how are you getting a size 12 and 10 and a half Black Cat 4s in a matter of like 30 minutes? You know what I mean?
We should always do the setup. I know this. At the end of the day, check everything.
So you won't give him his money back?
I told him when he left. He also said that I agreed to come back after like you day work. I told him that he did everything. Check. He was satisfied. He left. So he checked it. Then when I came back, he also registered. That's fine. Yeah.
So he winds up obviously taking the L. So what Homeboy's doing is trying to bring those like street vendor, Canal Street type vibes to the situation, and I get it. it is a bunch of random people in the space selling shoes. It can be all kinds of different people, and of course, selling fakes is a huge problem in the sneaker community, right? I keep telling y'all, I'm seeing more and more when I watch these interactions and hear black people interact with other people when it comes to business and stuff like that. There comes a point where like, yo, you gotta realize when the jig is up and you're taking the L, all right? And just accept the L and move on. He could have kept it quiet and maybe sold some more fake shoes. Rather than doing that, he gets into an altercation, calls attention to himself, and which he probably always has problems because you be moving fake shoes and the things like, yo, people got more information now. Not only that, I'm hearing about these high quality fakes. One of my ambitions is when I get to that bag, I'm gonna buy me all the high grade fakes. Okay, I want all the high quality fake sneakers, my nigga. So you saying it looks exactly like the real shit, but it's like a fraction of the price? I'll pay $200 for those. You feel me?
I told you, wait, you didn't want to wait. You said we can go ahead and do that. You could wait. Again, I told you. That's after I already I told you to wait. Check them.
I mean, regardless of whether he checked them here or not, the pairs are fake.
I mean, okay, so you didn't get them from me. I'm going again.
My brother.
He
You
gonna
seriously
tell.
think he was able to find?
He telling this nigga that you basically put other shoes in there. You walked away. I didn't see where you went when you walked away, right? So I'm gonna go with the story of you switched those shoes out with some different shoes and you put fake shoes in there. He's saying that he planted the fakes in there. He don't sell fake shoes.
It says 12 and 10 and a half.
I'm not going to debate or argue. I don't even know who. Like, who are you?
Debating is
I don't
arguing.
know you either, but I know you bought fake shoes off of him. I mean, I don't know. You.
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Not Lee pulling up on you and pressing you at the SneakerCon convention. This is crazy. I mean, I know it's unrelated and whatnot, but it's just more proof. Listen, bro. Don't cheap out. Don't take the easy way out. Once you start taking the easy way out in life, bro, everything becomes tougher for you in the long run, right? You got to realize all these things take time. His way of going about doing things takes time. A lot of times, again, people don't realize if you want to be successful, and I heard my man AC say this yesterday. He was saying, you may lose more than you win, but when you win, you're going to win big. Gotta put that work in. It's like last night, right? So I had a I'm gonna share this real quick. And I mean, it may not be a big deal to y'all, but it is to me, right? Because I've changed my mind and my thinking so much in the last few years in terms of how I see time, what I'm willing to do, and everything. And I've realized that's been an ongoing theme in my life about what am I willing to do? What am I actually, or what am I going to do, right? In terms of what I want to do to get what I want, right? Whether it been for me to lose some weight, whether it been for me to make more money and whatnot, right? A few years ago, when I'm not even sure what to call that phase now, but it was a necessary phase. It was such a necessary phase in life, right? And I went from making like seeing like large amounts of money hit my bank account and kind of always having money for at least basic things I wanted to like not having like nothing. And as time went on and whatnot, right, I realized, oh shit, I was just wrong about how I was going about things. That's why things wasn't working out for me. It was mostly because from the beginning, I wasn't willing to do what I had to do to survive. Because at the time, I didn't realize, I was going through such serious, brutal depression. You know what I mean? Like really harsh depression. You know what I mean? And I had a lyric where I said, back when I was stressing, it was 2 months a day, 2 times a day, getting out the way. And yo, I mean, I never smoked that much in my life. Like I really like burned through like all my like a lot of my stash. Like I had so much like this random weed and spare weed. You know what I mean? Like I had enough weed to, for months, I was able to like roll long ass cones. And yo, I may actually take a walk and burn that whole thing. Whereas like now, fam, yo, if I have more than 4 pulls at one time, not that I get super high. I mean, I do. I get really high, but I would get uncomfortable right away. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind is so like, nah, I have to move. I got to make it happen. But anyway, so I remember I was going to Stop and Shop and I was getting what's called a shop and collect order where I don't have to actually put it together myself. Those are some of the best orders. And I think one time, and again, this is just a passing thought. And now, mind you, all I needed was like 3 documents, and I'm not sure. I don't know, man. Yo, I'll be spaced out, bro. I'll be spaced out. So I had the Uber Eats account before, and on Uber Eats, you actually can do a few other things too. You can do deliveries, like actual packages. You can do deliveries for from stores. You can do deliveries for food. So you have like 3 types of deliveries you can get on Uber Eats. When I was first doing it, again, my mind I just wasn't in the right space, because mentally too, like it really like it hurt me mentally to like be doing this. Cause I would think about like, yo, like what somebody see me, how far I've fallen, I fell off, and this and that, and I had to keep telling myself, stay on the path, get on the path, keep pushing forward, keep getting better. You know what I mean? And that was around the time where I started getting really serious about doing content and being a content creator. Right? And I was able to have moderate success with Instacart and with Uber Eats, but at the time I didn't understand why it was more difficult for me. So for example, right? I didn't know how to look at an order and open the map up. So if you ever doing Uber Eats or Instacart, when the order comes in, they show you where it is on the map. You can open the map up and look at the map and identify if it's a house or a building. If it's a building will have more steps, and it'll be much tougher to do the delivery and to make contact with the customer if you have to, or to get in the building to bring it to their door. So mostly you want to avoid buildings, but if it's a good order, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a huge deal. The idea is to secure the money and for it to be fast, right? So yesterday, I downloaded the Uber Eats app again, and I submitted my documents and everything. I don't think I had needed was on my registration, and I'm like, there's $5 online. I don't know why I just didn't order another registration. I lost my registration. But anywho, they got me back up and running within like 5 minutes. All I had to do was like play the training videos and whatnot, which I didn't watch, and I was back on the app right away. Like, matter of fact, I can do Uber rides. You really can do everything. Actually, you know what? Shit, I might clean the car out and do a few Uber rides, man, or do a few rides around town, bro. Cause real talk, I'm like, yo, cause again, it's about making it happen, yo. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Cause like, but anyway, so this is the difference in when your perspective has changed and also your vibration has changed. Because there's a few things. One of the reasons why I stopped doing Instacart was because mentally it was too much for me. Like, it was too much for me, and it was like it felt degrading at times. You get an order and you look at their notes and it says, it's still to this day annoys me a little bit just to read someone's notes and there's directions telling you to bring their stuff to their door, and you're thinking to yourself like, that has never been a thing. That's never been a thing where like someone delivers something to you and you buzz them up and have them bring your things to the door. If Amazon comes, it's gonna stay in the lobby. If the mail folks come, it's gonna stay in the lobby. Like, for all the most important things in the world, that shit gonna sit on the floor in the lobby, and you better go get it. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I went to do Amazon Flex. I'm like, I'm not going to y'all buildings and stuff like that. Like, fam, some of these people want you to bring that shit to their door. No, I'm not doing that. Cause you gotta think about how long that shit is. Bro, wandering around a building that you don't know, it takes a lot of time. But so I'm kind of rambling right now, but the idea is that, two things, like I said before. My experience with the app changed, and it changed at the right time, and it was a proof of my human revolution. I think I told y'all before. I mean, if I had been doing like real good on Instacart, like making like what I be making now, I probably would have kept doing it. Also, too, I had to condition myself to be able to go to work, full time, and then go do this. But had I done that, I wouldn't have had the trouble that I had, or I wound up having and whatnot. I mostly was just doing plasma and going to work and whatnot. And I kind of like stopped doing Instacart as soon as I started getting paid. And I didn't realize, nigga, you don't have enough money. You still don't have enough money. You about 1,000. You about $1,500 short. You know what I'm saying? Even with what you be getting paid. You know what I mean? So, but hey, even at that time, even how I looked at how I was handling things, like I didn't think about it in terms of, all right, what is the sum total of all your financial obligations and whatnot, and basically, are you making that? I never even did that equation. I know I need to make around like around $4,000 a month. I know I definitely need to get that. Even right shit. Anyway, so I know I needed that, and had I got close to that and stayed at that point, I would have been okay. I would have been able to maintain everything, but I didn't do that. You know what I mean? So anywho, so now, right, was back on the app for the first time, and I felt so stupid. I'm like, God damn, and I'm like, damn. But you know what though? When I was doing Uber Eats, the last time I did Uber Eats was like, I feel like January of 2024, like January, maybe January. I forget why I stopped. I stopped going on the app, and I started doing Instacart more. But again, one of the reasons why was because it's like, yo, having to like get someone's food, and then having to have them give you their code and whatnot. You gotta meet them at their door. A lot of times people live in these buildings and everything. So I remember I never forget this big bitch. I called the phone because I was trying to ask I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. So I called the phone. I think I was trying to get her to meet me downstairs because she lived in one of the big loft buildings, which means that the hallways are huge building. And I think I was calling to ask her. I forgot. I didn't ask directly for her to come downstairs. I think I was just saying, I'm outside. And she said, I'm in apartment 513. Please. Now, mind you, she not handicapped. She like a literally felt like I should drive this food to you and sojourn into your building, okay, and go through all this shit so I can make $2. Mind you, it was $2. I was making $2 for that delivery. You know what I'm saying? But it was stuff like that kind of like really discouraged me. But again, now I'm able to identify what a good order is. Meaning that, so my main point is I'm more objective now, and I'm actually applying strategy. Back then, I didn't realize you're not applying strategy and you're not recognizing or not looking for opportunity or recognizing opportunity. You know what I mean? So being back on the app yesterday, I was like, oh shit, wow. Now I see the plot. Now I see, yo, this is the way that I can make an extra few $100s a week, because now I'm able to see, shoot, because when I start seeing the orders come in, I said, oh, okay, now I forgot you can hit some good licks on Uber Eats, because if you get people who are in the same area, live by one another, and the restaurant they order from, you know what I'm saying? The restaurant they order from is like near the other one and whatnot. Yo, you know what I mean? They can be combined, or if it's more than one order at one store, that can happen too, which is good. And that shit may add up. And the thing is like, yo, you're not really doing a bunch of work. You just sitting there waiting. You go get it and drop it off. Now, of course, you're at the mercy of like good tippers and shit like that. But of course, you're at the mercy of good tippers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But but there's still opportunity. You know what I mean? It's still opportunity for you to make some good money. So I started seeing like even like last night. So last night, yesterday was a family day, so I did like two family things, and I didn't really have much. I didn't go out in the morning, and basically we didn't get back over this way. I was like, yo, we're gonna try to make something. So we didn't really get back over to the area. It's like 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Me and Levi. So we drove over to our usual spot. I said, all right, I'm gonna try to run both at the same time. Out the gate, I get an order for $10 for a quick delivery. You know what I mean? I said, oh my god, I forgot. You know what I mean? So now when I was accepting orders and whatnot, I was doing Instacart at the same time. So when you take too long, they just did it. You know what I mean? Now I saw a few good ones come through. So now I understand how to go about doing the orders and whatnot, you know what I mean, in a way where I don't lose it. So had I been able to do all the Uber Eats orders that came through in concurrent with what I was doing, I would have made like $120, because that would have been extra like $40. You know what I mean? Because I made like we made like $80, which is usually pretty tough. All right, man, we're gonna
Even with eBay, or you want us to put them through eBay, or?
Well, he already checked them. If anything comes back, that's on him. I have nothing to do with that. He checked them before he left.
He bought them from you, though.
He got the shoes and he left. He checked them before he.
Correct. And then he found out they were fake.
No, we're not going to debate or argue about it. Who are you, first of all?
Huh? I'm just his friend.
Okay, well, fine. Again, you guys move around my area. I just told you what it is. You don't like it, go talk to eBay or whoever in charge. Again, bought the shoes. I have nothing to do with that. Check it. It is what it is. Now, you guys can move out my area, please. This is my private space.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate none of the energy that you got right here. You don't.
I mean, to be honest, we don't appreciate.
That's what I'm saying. Don't listen to these niggas, man. I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out a little bit. Don't listen to these niggas, man. My bad, y'all. You know what? Shit. But anyway, so Just before, I want to make sure I finish this thought before I get back to this video, right? I kind of zoned out. I got a text message and everything. I'm sorry for the bad production, man. I'm keeping this stack with y'all. But overall, what I was saying was changing your perspective on things, and and I'm really excited because I'm like, damn, like now I'm seeing pretty much a path to the income I should be getting doing this. Because for the most part, I do pretty good. But one thing about Uber Eats, I'll give them this. If you don't mind going to get it, right? Especially if you don't mind being out when it's busy. And that's really for all gig economy. If you don't mind being out when it's busy, you can make that bread, bro. Now it's a matter of you want to get 2 for 1s. You want to get people that's like, it's like 3 orders at one time and everything, so you can make about $15, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you want to get, but not only that, again, I'm like, now I have 4 times the opportunities to make that money. And I'm sorry. So the original point I was making, I know I'm kind of rambling shit like that. It's more in time. The original point I was making, it all started with when I was trying to do a shop and collect order, which is the best order because you don't do the actual shopping. It's prepared for you already at a Stop and Shop, and you just pick it up and go. You know what I mean? And I had came to pick one up, and one time I think the other girl that was there was saying that, oh, she does Uber Eats. She's doing the Uber Eats order, and I think I seen a few people in the store holding their phone, and they didn't have the Instacart app open. I said, interesting. Okay, so they're not using Instacart, and I'm like, you know what? We probably missing out on mad orders by not being on the Uber Eats app. You know what I mean? So apparently you also can do it on DoorDash as well. So. Yo, listen, we finna get on all them Jones, boy.
Shit, I mean, fake shoes, you know what I mean? Yeah. We'll go talk to Sneaker Con, we'll come back, all right?
Okay.
We'll see you soon. Hey. It's right here.
I'm gonna bring them over to eBay. Yeah, whatever they say, if it's real or fake. We have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with them. I don't appreciate y'all more than me. I don't know if you're harassing me. They need to get away from me. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know what's what. I'm gonna bring these to you.
not professional at all, bro. You're in trouble now. The idea is that you should be trying to like work something out. What he does is start getting aggressive again. While I'm watching, while I'm learning, and my travels and watching y'all niggas is that a lot of black folks don't know how to handle their business. You don't know how to handle your personal business, and you don't know how to handle business in general. That's not the time for that, bro. When they call someone who works there, right, who basically can get you up out of there and whatnot, it's time to chill out and cooperate. You understand? So it go from you could have gave old boy back his money, and then possibly scam someone else, and that's also a sign of a scammer too.
This is his pairs. He did everything. Again, he did everything before he left, and he came back.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him to eBay.
That's fine.
Whatever eBay says, then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right,
I'm not refunding.
what I'm gonna do is-
That's why.
Look, if eBay says that they're fake, they're going to refund them. If you don't want to refund them, you sold them fake shoes.
I didn't sell them fake shoes. First of all, you have no proof that I sold him no shoes. That's number one. I sold him shoes that was authentic. He checked. I don't care what eBay says. I said what I said, and I'm not refunding him anything.
Okay, so then we're going to bring eBay here. We're going to check all your shoes.
That's fine. You can check out all my shoes.
Alright, so the seller basically think even if they're fake, because the deal was already done. So we're going to get them checked out at eBay right now. If eBay says they're fake, we'll go from there. And if they are fake and he still won't refund, we're just gonna have him legit check all the pairs at his table. If he's selling fakes, then he's out of the event. So no disrespect. If we bad fake, inside the size tag, you can come in there. The font's just off. And then I'm not sure if it's this pair exactly. Yeah, it's this one right here. It says right 12, size 12 in Chinese, which is not supposed to be on. It's not supposed to be on this pair. So yeah, and then again the box lid or the box label on this one is just. It's just the wrong. It just doesn't look like they're not great fakes, but they're expensive fakes, so we gotta get the money back. Sorry, D-Melly. We're using you as lesson of the day.
Oh yeah.
Lesson we learned, don't take anyone's word, even if they're in person. Lesson learned, surround yourself with people who can get things done, bring people who can actually solve the problems, and get people involved, and then...
See, I thought I was doing fine because I was like, you know what? All the guys, our table is 2 tables over. We rolled up with what, at least 2 feet. Everybody was helping me out, checking the pairs. People said it didn't look good. We tried to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. We ran into the check out. At that point, it was just like, all right, you gotta go say something to him. And that's when he was like, no, you were gone too long. I don't know what to do with the pairs. So, yeah.
Sorry, D-Melly. Hey, if we don't get the money back, I'll split the loss with you.
Oh.
Alright? Hey, win together.
Yo,
win
not
together,
them
lose
playing
together. Let's go.
the guitar.
This dude right here, the guy sold fakes intentionally. So I asked him, I was like, yo, you sold him fakes. Now we got beef with him. So, this guy right here. What's the word? What's happening?
We getting the money back, so it don't matter.
So you're leaving, but you're taking the money from him.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it?
No, it's a civil matter. You should know that. You're smart, remember? It's your word against mine. Again,
Yeah.
you know, I chose to leave. It's the difference.
You chose to leave?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Got it.
So basically the jig is up, you know what I mean, and old boy is gonna try to save face. So this is like one of those situations where like you see a black guy do like a Keisha play. So Keisha will often, if she get caught lacking, if it get bad, she won't necessarily gracefully bow out, but she might say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and like retreat for now. I'm not gonna admit to no wrongdoing, but I'm gonna go ahead and retreat for now. Someone put an interesting comment in here about him in particular, in terms of what do you call it? Basically, a running with this guy. Where's it at? There we go. Yeah, crazy thing is, I caught the same dude at this event, laced up sneakers show in Houston a week after. Got him kicked out at that event as well for selling those same fakes. He even wore a mask to try to hide his face. I keep telling you, I had the video on this dude wearing a mask and having a back and forth with the cops, and the cops wanted to ID him because you're walking around wearing the mask. Like, black men, y'all niggas gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop this whole goon thing, this whole I want to look like I'm a criminal thing. Because I'm like, that's not something that a normal, upstanding citizen does. They do not go outside and say, I'm going to put on the ski mask and go about my day. I don't know. I don't know what world y'all living in. I don't know if fam, we from the hood. A nigga run down or a nigga come around you wearing a ski mask. Nothing good is coming from that. And that's not normal. It's not normal for anyone to cover their face. We're not in the pandemic no more. You're not going into that was only when you were going into a building, and even back then, no one said, "Hey, you need to put on a pooch shiesty." People were wearing medical masks that were obviously there to cover their nose and their mouth so that they wouldn't breathe in no extra germs, nothing like that. There were a bunch of different kinds of masks you can wear. You niggas are not wearing those. Y'all are wearing actual like ski masks, or y'all wearing things that somebody would wear if they were either doing yard work, or if they were in the actual snow and it was actually like snowing outside. You need to cover them out. But anywho, so it was a body cam video. What happened, babe? I'm going to eat a little bit. So, it was a body cam video. The dude eventually gave his ID and everything, but he made this big hoopla. He tried to make it into this whole civil rights thing rather than saying, hey, okay, here's my face, here's my ID and everything. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, I saw people in that comment section. Now, that YouTuber in particular is like a sovereign citizen, anti-establishment YouTuber who believes in the idea of the average person is just a target of the cops, and what cops do is harass you all day long and mess with you. And don't get me wrong, like it could happen, but cops mostly mess with you when you're calling attention to yourself, or when you've called attention to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not because you just mind your business. Very, very rarely. You know what I mean? And on top of that, listen, I've been a black dude my whole life. I've been driving around my whole life. I've been driving around in suburban areas my whole life. All right. As far as when I've been driving, I've been pulled over like a few times in my entire life. All right. And it wasn't no crazy interactions. I never experienced no white guy get me out the car. That's why when I watch these body cam videos, I'm like, yo, they got you out the car. That's crazy. If they want you out the car, that usually means, fam, you did that shit. But anyway, yeah, man. So I thought of that when they said he was there wearing a mask. I'm like, come on, dude. But all right, man. We're gonna I'm gonna do this first part of this video now. Then I'm gonna do the rest later on, man. So see y'all little.